Hi guys, welcome to the E4 only rating climb. Today I have a bit of an announcement. It has been hinted in the past, but it has finally come to fruition, guys. I've defeated all the chess.com bots. You know, that was a big part of my life, or most of them. I've got a couple more to do, but I'm now going to focus on just more generic chess content, which hopefully will get more views and stuff, because the chess bot stuff was very searchable. How to beat Nelson, you know, very searchable for building my first 1,000 subscribers, but now I'm hopefully going to broaden out and hit the wider chess community hard. But this isn't going to be here in my recording studio. This is going to be in a van, guys, and I've just been accepted. I just had this bid accepted on eBay for this van. It's like $3,000, but I think it was a cheeky deal. It's a bit dinted and stuff, but let me know in the comments what you think, guys. I'm super excited. It's dinted, but it's not rusted or anything. My mum's car was dinted once, and I just punched it. And it just came out. You can just, and there's like professional versions of that where they sort of hammer dints out and stuff. So the cab's a bit scruffy. The back is a bit manky, guys. It's been used to transport waste, but these panels are just a few screws. Take the panels out and give it a clean, insulate it, and I can convert it. So that's where the channel's going to go. I'm going to be in that van traveling about. I use a Wi-Fi hotspot as it is in my house. I don't actually have a router. So it's going to be a similar sort of thing, but in a van. So let's get on to this. The 500 to 550 portion of the rating climb. Let's try and get white for the first game just to start off. Holding true to the values of playing E4. It is E4, isn't it, this climb? Yeah, E4. Sorry, my head's a bit fried, guys. I've been thinking a lot recently, which is very unusual for me. I've been thinking, maybe do I even just sell the house, you know? And just fully commit to the van lifestyle. So, on to chess, guys. Sorry for that rant. I know some of you aren't interested in that stuff. So how do we beat a 650 level player? First thing, I lost the other day against another 500 rated player. I lost on time again. Time. All right. So here, takes. We're hitting the knight. It's a bit of a nuisance for them. So let's do that. Maybe they reposition the knight here, go after my pawn. That knight looks very dodgy right there. I can kick it. If check, though, just checking for checks. If check, I just develop the bishop. So let's kick this knight. Queen covers the pawn. And if knight back here, which is the only move, I can take it off the board. I can give them double pawns on the edge. And it also is with tempo. You know, I'm developing my bishop with tempo, taking the piece, and then I'm getting castled super quick. So let's get that pre-move on the board, guys. We love it. Right. So here, to reinforce the center, looks very natural. Negating that last knight move, and then we'll probably pin this knight. We'd love to add some pressure here, guys. Yeah, especially now he's just developed the bishop. It's nice to just say, you know, you moved this bishop to the wrong square. You should have moved it here because now your knight is pinned. And we're going to try and force them to go back and sort of waste a move there. So these guys will get their points given back at the end of the series, guys. I'll just tell chess.com that this was like an instructional series. So here, I'm trying to get this move in. I'm trying to add pressure to the pinned piece. That's what you should always look to do, guys. Okay, that's an interesting idea. Sort of maybe threatening to double my pawns. I was thinking of this, and then maybe take the pawn, hit the rook. But that is just a hanging piece. So at this level, guys, you know, I lost a game the other day. Genuinely at this level, I'm a 1600. Lost a game against the 500. Legitimately as well. He actually outplayed me. With time issues as well, but. So it just shows people at this level can play 10, 20, sometimes even more solid moves, but eventually they will mess up. And this guy is messing up a bit more than some others. So another hanging piece there. Oh, so is there a tactic here? The rook is defended, so anywhere we go with the knight now hits the queen, so we could do this. It's a fork. It's a double attack on the queen. this is a check. Does that help us? I think I'll just take the material. We're up quite a few points in material, guys. So now we need to really start thinking about time. So this is a check. It just puts my bishop on a really nice square as well. Just cutting across the whole position. Could grab that pawn. Maybe probably not the best move, guys, but under time pressure, it's probably fine. And if in doubt, just expand the pawns. It's often a good plan under time pressure. This would win the queen, so let's try and set that up. Rook pressure in here now. So if we bring the queen, we're threatening this. Oh, and we get forked. Except it's not a true fork, guys, because the pawn's undefended. So we're hitting the rook. And now we're threatening this. Not forking there, so pinning the queen to the king. I mean, we can push the pawn, support the bishop. Push this pawn as well, maybe promote. If here, they've got too much pressure. So let's come in with check, hitting both pieces. That hangs a rook. So, yeah, like I say, guys, just hold out, be patient, and the mistakes will come at this rate and range. So, I guess what do we do this game? We got out of the opening, tried to play as solid as possible. Let's sack the rook just for the sake of time. And then we should be able to... If here they can take... What if this check? Just trying to push the king back a little bit so I can promote. And now maybe they... Oh yeah, good move. They block the promotion of this pawn. So maybe this, trying to set up this check. And then we're going to eventually push the king all the way back. All right, there we go. There's a check. And then this promotion should be coming. All right, nice. So that is a cheeky win there, guys. Let's hopefully get white again. But if not, we're going to play very solid chess in the center. So it's e4 with white. So we're going to play e5 with black. Just try and play really principled and do what you should be doing at this level. So they're attacking this. He's offering me a draw. I don't know why. So I'm just going to protect the pawn. Very simple. Now, this does block in the dark square bishop. And that's something at this rate and range you should start to see these dynamics of if you push this pawn, it blocks in this bishop. So therefore, we're going to fianchetto this bishop. And maybe open up the center in the future. Try and give this bishop a little bit more activity. But our light square bishop is going to be pretty happy. And that plays right into this move. Because normally they can kick the bishop out. But now this pin is a little bit stronger. So developing here is, in this position, developing here is often a little bit dodgy, guys. Because if they push and you go back, you can get your bishop trapped. So when you fianchetto in one bishop, the other bishop often loses a bit of space. So this isn't that good. But since they played this pawn up and they can no longer kick the bishop, it's pretty strong. So let's develop the knight. Get ready to castle. Trying to play really principled, guys. Now, are they going to start attacking me down this H file? I'm a little bit scared. They're playing a lot of pawn moves. I'd love to add pressure to this piece. Castle, connect the queens and rooks. This move also nice because the knights are protecting each other, allowing my queen to step up, connect the rooks. That's a good move. Adding pressure to the attacked piece. Very logical. So let's just step the queen out of danger, I think. And now, if they want to take, they can. Could play this, but I always play this move, guys, with fianchettoed positions. F6 or C6. These pawn moves. The engine, often when I play these moves, the engine really hates it. So, yeah, we'll see. Right, the aim is not to lose on time today because I embarrassed myself yesterday. I've not published this video yet, but I lost 2 games in a row. I was playing like hungry. I lost against 2 500s. Let me know if you want me to publish that in the comments, guys. It's a very embarrassing video. Oh, and now this move looks ridiculously juicy. But it does leave this knight a little bit undefended. So I'm going to play this move. Even though I said it can be dodgy. But just for the sake of this, I think they have to go here. They have to stop this knight jump. Because it adds way too much pressure to this knight. They what? Okay. But this pawn is defended twice and attacked twice. And the defending side has the advantage there because we take first, right? No. It's a double check. It's a double check king queen fork. Are you kidding me? See, these tactics still exist. They still exist even at the low levels. You know, you can't get complacent, guys. I've just lost a queen against this guy at 666. This devilish man, Kamiku. So if takes, we're just down too much material though. Okay, let's try and, I don't know, restrict this bishop. Bishop's almost trapped. I'm down 10 points. Maybe I could create a swindle. Take. Yeah, that's defended. So if here hitting the queen looks really nice. And then we're trying to get this move in here to trap the bishop. If they take rook, I take queen. They'd still be massively winning. Now there's a fork, but I'm going to play this first. Nicely double defended, this pawn. So the bishop's trapped, right? If here we take it, a whole piece, guys, is always better than a winning of the exchange. So like here we could win a rook. Or here. But a whole piece is always better. So let's grab that whole piece. And then maybe we'll go for this. If takes here. I'd love to get a rook to this square. So this knight should probably jump out of danger because it's under way too much pressure. My knight's way too powerful. They should take it off the board, I think. They hit my rook, but I just grab that. Oh, I'm gonna swindle this, aren't I? 44 seconds. He's now lower on time than me. Is a swindle on the way. Oh, there's another piece. If takes, they take my knight though. If this to defend the, then this is hanging. Do I go after their rook? Oh wow. Come on, time. Yeah, tough position though. They've got this. Looks like I'm in a bit of danger, but not sure. Still down quite a lot of material. Oh, okay, that's a queen. That helps, guys. That helps a lot. All right, so we hit the bad boy. Right, let's go after this. We have got increment. We've got some increment. Right, let's go. Let's not get forked though. Maybe we come here to stop the knight coming round. It does anyway. Got this. I can't really calculate all the potential forks at this point, guys. I'm sort of hoping that I don't get forked. We're hitting their rook. Still hitting it. Don't think there's a fork. Try grab this pawn. Head on the clock. Got this. Maybe they play up. Yeah, we come round trying to win these pawns. Okay, pre-moves are nice, guys. And now we get up. this, go after this pawn. They can't hit my rook. They defend the pawn though, so we're going to push. We're going to get in. If we keep the king and rook on opposite ends of the board, we should be all right. So bang. They're not letting me. So we come up like this. If we can deflect this pawn, the rook and king will start to synergize, guys. That's what we want. So, yeah, wonderful tactic by my opponent with that double check. Yeah. Chess is still beautiful and complex. You know, even at this rating range. Things still exist. And they're getting very low on time. They're starting to pre-move. So we'd love to sack the rook here. Okay, oh, we just grabbed that. So let's get pre-moving, guys. Like this, is that mate? Yeah. Okay, beautiful. All right, a few more to go. I played that game very badly. I was probably talking a little bit too much, and I'm notoriously bad at these 3-minute games. So let's try and speed things up a little bit. Let's try and get aggressive this game. Maybe get a fried liver attack, I'd love. Which is this. But they often play against it. People at this range often play this move to stop this threat. But we want to play pawn up to allow bishop to come and help the expansion of the knights. And this move is something you see like at grandmaster level, but also like sub 800 level. You see these pawns being pushed on the edge of the board. High level strats all around. So as we say, we're going after this. After they develop the knight, we're going to target this square hopefully, but then they castle. So if this, we can play it now. So let's see if they see this idea. If pawn up, we come in, fork the queen and the rook. Still. And this is a very powerful rook, and it's a full rook as well, because I think we can escape. Often when you take a rook, you do end up losing the exchange. So we can throw in this. Oh, we can't. This is pinned. Jeez. Okay. I mean, we can take their queen. If they take my queen, I've got this. They go here. But this situation is still going to be here at the end, even if I move my queen. This isn't a real temper. You know, I just literally move my queen to this square or this square. I'm not going to think about it too much due to time issues. And this fork is still in play. So maybe after I take the rook, maybe they go king. No, I don't know how they stop me escaping with the knight. And then I can start counterattacking maybe. And now I can play this. If you're trying to make something happen, guys, like I'm trying to make this fork happen, and they try and counterattack you, always like try and block it with a pawn, because then you're just creating another threat, and it's like 3 pieces were hanging, you know? So just looking at the checks for a second, but yeah, I can grab the rook. They have to retreat the bishop, and then I get to come back and hit the queen. In fact, this knight is also hanging, which I don't think they're going to notice. Let's grab that. And then now we just want trades, guys. So we can come back, try and trade off the knight, try and damage the structure, because they're going to castle queenside. We'd love to attack down this B file. Okay, that move, I don't know what that does. But as planned, let's try and hit this bad boy. Takes, they take with the queen now. We get the knight out of danger. We're just up a lot of material. So, hope this helps you guys that are sort of sub 1000 range. And even people higher, it's just like, always show respect to the position and the opponent, you know. I've fallen for, I didn't see this pin. Don't get lazy, you know. Is that just a free knight? Not sure. So let's develop this piece. Just so the knight, just so this bishop doesn't have any pressure on this square. The knight just gets in the way. But I should probably play this as well. Just get my knight out of trouble. And now I'm going to look to crack things open in the center since they've not castled. Just get the knight out of the corner, re-centralize it first. And then we're going to crack. Okay. So notice this diagonal here. Maybe an alignment issue if we could deflect the bishop. Let's push this bishop, see where it wants to go. I quite fancy this diagonal for my bishop if you see my intention, guys. Okay, they're sacking. I've not quite got that, have I? And they've got this check idea. I've got check. But how do I support that move? It's actually a little bit uncomfortable, this. How do I even get my... Because they can just keep checking me here. And I need to somehow get my queen back. I'm up 11 points. If this, here, I can block. And then there's no more checks. But then they get this. Yeah, 50 seconds to try and resolve this situation. I almost just want to try and sack something. If this, check, I can take. So I'm gonna sack this knight because I think it's dead anyway. Just trying to clear some space to like somehow get my queen in. Okay, so now I can offer a queen trade. But if here or this, right? If this, there is this check and this check, and they've got unlimited checks, I think. I just don't want them to sneak a draw, you know. This not working. I've run out of time. I'm getting mated. Yeah. Up. That's an embarrassing one, guys. That really is. Up a lot of material. But still working on my 3-minute game. It's a struggle. Maybe I should change to 5 minutes, but also, like, I want this series to be a challenge for me. As stupid as it sounds, it is actually a challenge. How can this be, guys? How can a 1600 be like losing to 500? Just because I'm so slow. So if takes, is there this thing? But then they go queen here, attacking the knight and threatening checkmate. So I've got to get castled first before I can try and win this pawn in the Route Lopez. And they defend. They're actually playing this very well. So let's try and take some space from this dark square bishop. Slide back, maintain the pin. It's always the default response there. And now, you know what? I'm not getting into any more time issues. Let's sack. Let's be the one attacking. The importance of attacking, guys, is like the shorter the time control, the more important it is to be the person attacking. 100%. But can't I just take? Because I take first, aren't I? Aren't I slightly better? I mean, now I'm better, definitely. But if they'd gone... So after takes, I get take, they retreat, and then I retreat. And I've just nabbed a piece, haven't I? Either way, I think. So they offer a queen trade. We are up material. Let's take the queen off the board and just capture that, damage the structure. And at least we're not going to get mated this game. Yeah, I heard the little rattlesnake low time sound effect, and I just played a move. I mean, you can definitely take this if you want it. Let's just move the king out the way. Then I can push this pawn. So we're up 2 points of material. Let's push. It is defended though, so I don't know really what I'm doing. But we're going to try and win this pawn, double up against this pawn here. If they reinforce, we can crack here. We got this to hit the bishop. Okay, we might want to undermine. We might want to play this move. If this, they cannot take because I win the rook. Let's pre-move that just in case they move the pawn out the way. And yeah, we're okay for time. All right, it's going to be a grind. Against a 650, which is a little bit scary. 650, yeah. Yeah, I've stopped playing my 10-minute games, guys. I've been too tired the last few days, and I've just, yeah, a lot of maturity, I think, as a person and as a chess player, is like knowing when you're like good. Like I've just been feeling tired, and I just know I'm not gonna do well at chess recently. So if they take, they lose a rook. So that was just a free bishop. This pawn is pinned. Yeah, so I want to get this in, want to take, open up the rooks towards the king, and go bang. Look at that bad boy, guys. Look at that. All right. Oh, they take, which means I get a free rook. But have they calculated this? I go here. So maybe it's not a free rook. Because this pawn is such a threat. If this, they take, I take. I think I'm losing a rook either way, aren't I? So we're only up 1 point or 2 points of material here. And they've got a more active king, so it's a proper end game. But I've got a better pawn structure, so let's take the open file, and this should be pretty simple. I just sort of hallucinated the bar on the side of the board. I could just see the bar was like +3 for white. It's always good to imagine what the engine would be saying. I think it's probably more than +3 for white, but I might have a look after. So this break looks nice. Open up the king. Yeah, we want to remove this pawn, then we can push our king up the board. And then we want to go after this base of their structure and try and push this pawn. So here, and then we're going to go here and kick the king back in order to advance. They're trying to get here. You know what? Go for it. They don't. If here, I get check, pushing the king away, and then I can grab the rook. It's a cheeky little tactic. Let's go after the base of their pawns then. Or maybe they go like this, though. Here. I'm keeping these flat because flat is flexible, guys. So if the rook goes, wherever the rook goes, you know, I can... Oh, check. I'm up 2 points of material. This endgame is winning even if we trade the rooks. So this deflects the king here. I mean, after this, they take my rook. And it's still a sort of endgame, isn't it? Okay, e5. Let's go. I don't normally play these lines, guys, so I'm just sort of wondering what is the best move here, to be honest. No, surely not this. Let's try this, okay. This is like pure. This is pure me, because I don't know any theory in these lines. So, like this, and then we'll develop the knight here. Seems all right. I didn't want, before, the reason I played this queen move, I didn't want to play this and block in the dark square bishop again. So, that was my thinking. So maybe we develop like that. Yeah. Stay hydrated, though. So this knight has no threats. So, bye. Or does it? It does. Because this pawn's defended twice, I just counted 2. You know, 2 versus 2, and because they take first, it's good for me. But I forgot that we'd lose the queen. Do we play this? A queen for 2 minor pieces. Let's do it. I'm sort of doubling down on my my miscalculation here. So here, let's try and defend this position. Bosh, expand with the pawns. Let's try and keep hitting this queen. If here it looks a little bit annoying, maybe we push. Maybe they sack. So we got to get some pieces out. Knight looks good because it hits the queen on the way out. And also threatens this, winning the rook. So let's do that. They're trying to get the bishop here, but it's going to be against a bit of a pawn wall. If they go here, there's this fork. This knight looks pretty scary. That's a good move. That defends everything. Defends this idea winning the rook. Got to get the bishop out. It's not that clear where to put it. If this to allow this, but they can kick my bishop again. Let's just develop really flat. This trying to replace the knight. If they take, they are up a few points. They might just trade down. Okay, but now can they kick me? So this knight has these 2 jumps. Therefore, this pawn stops those 2 jumps. So killing this knight's activity. And then maybe we attack the knight. If it goes to the edge of the board, I'm not concerned. If it goes back, I'm pretty happy. Although they are trying to trade off my knight now. So, yeah, I don't really want them to trade off my knight. Let's slide back, maybe pivot round in the future. So it's either go back or trade off the... Let's trade off the knight. We are hitting the rook at the end. It's not too bad. Would we even take the exchange? That's a nice little check, isn't it? It's a beautiful square for the bishop. This bishop is worth more than one of them rooks. Probably worth more than both of them rooks right now. So if we can activate the other bishop as well, then I think we'd be very happy. What do we do with the king? I think just lift it. Keep it in the center. Oh, I mean, that's another pretty nice bishop. Not quite as nice as my dark square bad boy, but yeah, this bishop's got a fair bit of action now. So if we start bringing the rooks to the semi-open file. So if takes, I can still reinforce my bishop. And this just wins a pawn, and my pieces are just so active, guys. So let's not mess this up. I'm pretty sure I'm winning, even though I'm down a lot of material. Look at my pieces. Look at theirs, are just huddled up, cowering in the side of the board. Cowering in the face of this dark square bishop. Look at that. So this looks like a very nice move. Are they threatening any checks? No. So, you know, this hits the queen. The queen's almost trapped. It's got to slide back. Oh no, okay, okay, fair enough. But then this. Oh no, this is horrible. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. These guys are giving their points back at the end. Because then... I don't want to look. It's so horrible. Oh man. Yeah. Activity, guys. Bless ups to the big man activity. It's everything. I mean, oh, that was absolutely disgusting. That is vile. That is so bad. The rook and just bishops. Oh my god. Sorry, man. That was so vile. That was like a little, almost a windmill technique where you move the piece and then the other piece checks. Yeah, I think it's the worst thing in all of chess, getting windmilled. Google it if you. Well, I'll Google it in a sec. Yeah, Google the windmill technique, guys. It's disgusting. It just, yeah, if you've got any sort of ego, that just removes your ego. Oh, nice little counter-attacking move. Except I can throw in this capture, making this bishop look a little bit silly. So, yeah, counter-attacking moves don't work. If you've got a piece hanging and I can capture a piece, yeah. So that's just a free bishop off the bat. So I should probably try and trade down and not get mated like that other game, but I sort of want to attack. It's funner. It keeps me on my toes. Let's defend the center. We're not blocking in any bishops because the light square bishop's gone. We can happily develop the dark square bishop here now. Yeah. So what do you want to see more on my channel now, guys? Because I've pretty much defeated all the bots. So let me know in the comments what direction you want the channel to go in. Get them triceps going. Here. So we want to add, again, like this is a common theme. If you got a pin piece, add pressure to it. That's one of the most common ways you'll just win games. So I'm getting rid of my doubled pawn, and it gives them doubled pawns, so it's a very happy trade for me. Now if they can go take, and win a pawn, but I can take and damage their structure. But then this is a free pawn, so let's grab that. Maybe jump here, hit the queen. Although I'm not sure that the knight has many prospects after queen here, for example. Knight has to go to the edge of the board. Maybe. Yes, I'd love to get this moving. If takes, I take, they take. That doesn't seem like a good move. Again, guys, this thing we're seeing at this level, just pawns being pushed on the edge of the board, not in front of your king, guys. Don't do that. You want to push this pawn in front of the rook and open up the rook, not really this pawn, because this is a key pawn in kicking my bishop out. So what have we got? Why did I play this? Why did I show them? So this is the pawn that they should be playing. Obviously they can't, but... So I think, back to what I was saying before about, you know, they play like 10 or 20 good moves, and then they fall apart. I think at this level, people know a few openings and know that they've got to connect the rooks, get the pieces out, maybe even know a bit about pawn structure. But once it gets into the middle game and they've got to formulate a plan, I think that's where people struggle. And I saw a poll, I think Gotham Chess did a poll the other day, and most people said that's the bit they struggle with in chess, formulating a plan in the middle game. So our queen is hit, so we can just lift it up. I don't see the problem. This is still nicely pinned. In fact, we could have just taken. Maybe that would have been better. If takes, we can attack the pinned piece, so we win the knight. Unless the knight can counterattack my queen, but I just take. Yeah, so we're fine. We're winning the knight if they keep the bishop there. So again, this is another remove the defender tactic, guys. So we can just, if takes here, they reinforce. But if we remove the defender, remove the knight, then we can... Well, we're not quite winning this though, are we? It is defended technically. No, it's not, but it's, yeah. We've got this, except that covers. Here, they take, I take, they take. Their structure is so bad. I almost want to keep pieces on the board. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this knight, you know. I want to play this, and in fact, I want to play this first. Trap the bishop, and then play this. Force the trade, and then I can just start attacking down the G file. Yeah, so let's trap this bishop. Can I even like be very greedy and just fully trap it and not even allow them to trade the bishop for the knight? If it takes, I can just recapture. Let's see if they realize that their bishop is trapped. This is quite a long video, so this might be the last game, guys. I'll leave it here. 500 to 550 about. I did struggle early on, the cheeky loss, but it's character building, guys, you know. So yeah, bishop trapped. Just connect 4, putting all my pawns on light squares, killing their light square bishop. So they take a pawn out of it, but I mean, this just opens up the attack for me. Even though both our kings are exposed, why is this so much better for me? I guess because I've got these pawns. My pieces can mobilize towards their king, whereas their pieces, you know, they can't really mobilize. So if I just slide the king over, I mean, this is coming. So this sets up a checkmate threat of rook g1, right? So I don't need to address that bad boy pawn. It's always a good way to win games at slow, quick time controls, guys. Just let them win a piece, but set up a checkmate threat, and often they'll just greedily take the piece. So have they got any more checks? No. So this is coming. How do they stop that? There's not checkmate. Why is it not checkmate, guys? Oh. I got very worried then. Yeah, queen blocks. That's the only move, I'm pretty sure. You know, you don't hear the noise. It's scary. All right. So that's about 500 to 550. I know we had a bit of a calamity, a cheeky little loss in the middle there. Embarrassing, but just shows respect the position, respect the player, whatever level. These players will be given the points back. Hope that's instructive, how to beat people under 1,000. Hope you're excited, like I am, about the chess channel moving into a van. There'll be different scenes of all over Europe in the background, so it should be good. Cheers, like and subscribe if you want to see more, and yeah, see you next time.